Hi fam, and welcome to 2024. Yes, it is the start of another vlog, and I'm so happy to be here. I haven't been here for a while, took some downtime, much needed, and I think we're back. So welcome to 2024. If you are new on here, please consider pressing that red subscribe button and joining the family. And if you're a returnee, a member of the fam bam, welcome back fam, and thank you for joining me once again. And like I'm saying, it's the start of a new vlog. It's quite cold in Joburg. It was my first day back at work today. I finished early. I had the early shift, and I am currently going to dig into some books. We got back about 4 days ago, 5 or 4 days ago, and I've just been in a rut, creatively, emotionally, mentally, bookically. I haven't been okay. I don't want to lie. I'm kind of laughing now, but it's been really tough. So I've really been incapable of doing much else except to feed my kids and just exist. Okay, so I started feeling more like myself yesterday, and I'm hoping that that means that we are out of whatever it is, because there were like strange, weird moments of anxiety as well, which was not really gelling with how I wanted to start the year. Bear in mind that this is very close to what happened to me, like the anniversary of what happened to me last year. A bit of me thinks it's that, but also coupled with the fact that this year I do not have help. I have decided to let go of my helper and just try again and do this thing on my own, because I think that personally that's probably the best option for me, for a number of various reasons, and I need to honor that, because every time I don't, it kind of makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. So I think let's try again. Okay, and this is what I was saying to another friend of mine, that kids grow. Like when you are living with them, you don't see how grown they are, but because the time is passing, you tend to see that, okay, these people can be a little bit more independent. Will it be easy? No, because on this I haven't been without help since starting my current job, which was probably about a year and a half ago, and it's going to be interesting because the working hours are odd, but like I'm saying, my kids are more and more independent. Yes, they're still babies, yes, they still have to be taken care of, etc, etc, but they are definitely getting there. So I will bet on us and hope that it actually works out. Anyway, so today's a very glum day in Joburg. It's quite cold, and because I've been in a situation, I haven't been able to read, right? There's been too much noise in my head. But in case you were not aware, the fully booked crew, I don't know why I took a pause there, that being me, Charity, Nontle, and Ompile, started the fully booked book club this week as well. And our first pick for the month of January is this bad boy over here. If you are interested in the book club and have not yet joined the club, I will leave the link to our specific book club down below. It's running on the app Book Clubs, and it's very easy to join. Thank you to everybody else who has joined already. And like we were saying, it's probably the least pressured book club you will ever join. How our philosophy works is that if you see a book that is on our list that you do want to read, feel free to read along with us. We will share reading schedules, we'll share virtual meeting situations. If you see a book that is on our list and you are already a member of the book club and you really do not want to read the book, you really do not have to read the book. If you are reading the book and you see a meeting schedule that you really don't want to attend, you do not have to attend the meeting. So the point really is to enjoy, take the pressure off, enjoy yourself, and do things like at your own pace, at your own speed, in your own style, but obviously you knowing that you have a community that's actually reading the same book as you while at it. I hope that makes sense. But all our communication will run on the actual app, and like I'm saying, it's a book by book kind of membership, right? You might not want this book, but you might want the next book that we are reading. We already shared the first quarter book choices, so the next book we're reading, in case you want to participate in February, is Will Smith's autobiography called Will. So this is what I'm currently going to open because I have not started yet. We were meant to start yesterday. This is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I know that a lot of people weep when they read this book, so I suppose it aligns with my little like situation. This one was bought for me by my darling friend Ompile a couple of years ago on my birthday. I really was looking for it for quite a bit, and when I mentioned it, she was like, I'll get it for you, and she's so sweet. I still have her note over here that was part of this. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. Then the other book that I'm currently busy with, I think I'm on chapter 5 or 6, hybrid reading this one with an audio on Everand, and this is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. This is definitely a reread. I'm sure you guys have heard me talking about this. I've seen it somewhere on my social media. I'm rereading this because I want to get into Crescent City, and I do understand that it is a flow from this world to that world, so I do not want to miss anything in between. Also, the reason why I am rereading again is that when I read this, I want to say it was 2022, I literally probably spent a weekend going through all the books, including the novella in the series, and it was kind of rushed. And I do feel like after that time, because it was a rushed read, I have missed a few elements there, right? And even though I am hybrid reading it, I am not doing the typical sit down with the audio and the book at the same time situation. So if I have a moment where I can sit and read, I close off the audio and I read. If I can't sit and read and I really want to get my reading done, my pages through, then I'll just listen to the audio, i.e. I am cooking, I am washing the dishes, I am cleaning, and sometimes when I'm working, I will definitely listen to the audio. So these are the two books that I am reading currently. On this one, I am at the part where I'm sure most people have read this. Those who want to, those who don't want to, have already told us all the reasons why they will never read anything by Sarah J Maas. So I am at the part where Farah is being taken to Prithian, right? She has been found to have killed a wolf, and it does turn out that the wolf was actually a fairy friend of a certain fairy who we have not yet been told who they are, has not yet been identified, other than storming into Farah's father's house and demanding justice for his friend is all we know at the moment. However, by this point, right, Sarah J Maas has definitely, it's like page 42, the start of chapter 5. Sarah J Maas has definitely built on this character, Farah's character. She is definitely somebody that we already like. She is a hunter, right, a female hunter in a world that seems to be going through the most at the moment, and she isn't from the wellest or the most well-off of families. She is resilient. She is faithful in the sense that she made a promise to her mom that she intends on keeping come high water, and she's been doing that and being the primary caregiver and basically breadwinner for her family since the passing of her mom and other things that have happened in that family resulting or ever since that happened. And now she has been literally plugged out of the family, and already we are feeling like, what will these people become without her, and who will she be without having to play that role? So the intriguing thing here is that the fairy has not declared death on her life. However, he is going to cross the line. He's going to cross the line with her, which is like the border, the barrier where none of these two species, the human beings and the fairies, are meant to cross over, following some treaty that was created years ago. So she's never been there. She is definitely crossing the border, aka the wall, with him, to go live in this foreign land that has been part of myth and cautionary tales for as long as Feyre has existed. And while there's a bit of trepidation obviously around her going there, there's also a sense of at least she'll be alive. So we shall see, or rather I already know, like I know what I know, but I know that I don't know the full details of what I know, if that makes sense anymore. So I kind of know what will happen, but we shall see. Let me trick my mind. We shall see if she survives the fairylands. And as for this one, champ, all I know about this book, and at least I don't have that cover of that man crying, right? But I suppose I needed to say what I'm gonna say, is that we are about to cry. And because I haven't gone shopping since I got back, as explained, I was not in the right state of mind. I don't have tissues in my room, but Sizakala, I am a crier. I won't lie to you guys. I really do cry when I'm reading books that do make me emotional. Over the holidays, I was reading Katsa Semenya's autobiography. I got it off Libby. So it was an e-book reading. Did I cry or did I cry? Dalila. So I'm just letting you guys know. I know that I seldom, actually hardly ever cry on camera in terms of when I'm reading books, but if you wanted that little bit of information, I'm just letting you know that definitely I'm a crier. Anyway, that was quite a long intro, and this is not all the books that I've got open, right? I'm still reading Viola Davis's Just Too Far. Finding Me. For some reason I fell off of that one and I never got back on. I don't know why. It just doesn't want to, you know. So what I do when I do open it is that I read like chapter by chapter. So I probably won't read more than one chapter. And the thing is, I actually am enjoying it. So I don't know why it's flowing the way that it's flowing, but this is what it is. In case you were wondering about my these kids, guys, I told them to bath. Iana Bukanye, that is definitely not the sound of the shower. Can you guys get into the shower, please? Thank you. So in case you were wondering what my goal for this year, reading goal for this year is, it is 60. If you follow me on if you are a contact of mine on WhatsApp, you will realize that it was tooth and nail situations at the end of last year to get that 60, because I was a little bit behind, like 5 books behind, and I wanted to give up. But I was like, you know what, I've got some books open, I'm at home, I'm not working, there's no demand, so I probably can do this. And did I do it? Yes, I did. So we're very happy with that. And I've realized that 60 is my comfort zone, so I'll always probably set my reading to 60 books a year. That being that the reason being that at least I get 5 books done a month, which is something that I do strongly believe is doable. I've had months where I've done much more than that, so I think 5 is more comfortable. Should I hit my target and exceed it, I'll always be happy, but should I stay within my target, listen, content. So that's just my situation. So I've got 60 books to get through, so think about that as 5 books a month, and you'll realize why I don't have just these 2 books open at the moment. So the other book that I am currently reading, and this is an audiobook via Everand, I also have this book in my bookstore, Hive Books. This one is an autobiography called In the Dream House by I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. It's this one. Yeah, In the Dream House, a memoir by Carmen Maria Machado, I think. Anyway, this one is it's an engrossing and wildly innovative account of a relationship gone bad. This one has elements of queer, yeah, I think so. I know so. Queer, so I think the author is a queer author, and I do believe that she tells, I think I stopped where I stopped. I have 4 hours left of it. I stopped at the part where she talks about her heterosexual curiosity. So I don't know if she's bisexual or she was still discovering her sexuality, but this it's interestingly written, this book, and she's the one who's narrating it, because the umbrella story, right, is the story of her relationship gone bad. I wanted those words, of this relationship gone bad, right? So she tells that story while mingling the other stories with it as well, right? I don't know, I've never seen this kind of thing done, so I don't know how to explain it. But as that grander story is going on, the little stories about her relationships, romantic relationships throughout her life are also playing out. Sure. And we're not kind of like, it's not evident, or rather it's not loud, that we are obviously switching between times or time. And yes, child, just read the book, okay? It's really very, 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 very intriguing how she has decided to tell her story. So so far so good. I don't know if I'm enjoying it or I'm just intrigued by the writing style, but I will definitely come back and let you guys know how I felt about that. So that's the 4th book that I have opened, because then there's Viola's book, right? So I'm just trying to see if I'm not missing anything. Okay, so then I recently and I've got my days are numbered. Yes, my days are numbered. So Libby has been stepping up apparently, because I was never I never got into the actual, what's this thing, app, because everybody who had it back when everybody was having it was complaining that there's hardly anything on there. But last year, since I got my Kindle, I decided to give it a try, hoping that I would be able to read some of the Libby books on my Kindle, but it doesn't seem like something that's happening. If you guys have been able to do this, as in people who use Libby in South Africa, if you are able to read your books via the Kindle, please let me know how you're doing it, because I'm failing dismally. But either way, I did loan, a few days ago, I did loan Britney Spears' memoir, which is The Woman in Me. I've heard a lot of things about this one. As you can see, I've just got a few days of this left, like 12 days left. I haven't started it, I don't want to lie, but I do mean to start it ASAP. I'm working late tomorrow, so between all of these things that I'm dishing you, it's probably all I'm gonna do, because I no longer have a TV in my room. My kids ruined their TV, so I had to move my TV to their room. Don't know if I really want to replace it as urgently. I'm still debating it in my head, okay? So I do also have this book by Kennedy Ryan that I think I'm gonna return and try and take out a bit later, which is The Kingmaker. I think it's part of a series, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I would have time to read it, but I really don't. There's also a person waiting, and there's no need for me to actually keep this at all. Let me return it. This poor person waiting does not have to wait for the 14th of January to get this book. So let me return it. I have done that. So the book that I really want to read is the only book that I have on Libby at the moment, and this is it. So that makes it, or that makes it 5 books. So my baby, I have been neglecting her since I got back here because I haven't been reading, like I said. Okay, but we do have a book open on here. Let's use that angle. We do have a book open on here, and the book that we are reading is on Kindle Unlimited, and we are on page 61, and this is Haunting Adeline. So it's meant to be like a gothic or dark let me see if it will show me the cover. Let me just, obviously it shows when I do that, but I actually want to nurture me. I want to show you guys. Will it show there? Apparently it's an Amazon top 5 bestseller. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Jimmy. About the book? No, you don't want to show me. I don't even know when my Kindle Unlimited is actually meant to expire, because I am supposed to, at that point, right, I am supposed to what's this thing, stop the subscription and then resubscribe after payday. But my fear is that I did not mark any of that down. I'm gonna have to check. But I have been enjoying Kindle Unlimited mainly because it has books that hardly anybody's talking about. Yes, I went onto TikTok and I found the KU girlies, that's Kindle Unlimited girlies, and their suggestions, but those books are never books that you're gonna see on the mainstream that people are talking about, or that they're not the popular books. And I think that I truly am enjoying it for that. But I would still like to be able to read books that I actually want to read on this device, because it's so nice and dandy. It works very well for me. But anyway, this is Haunting Adeline. It is part of a duology, and it is meant to be like a dark gothic kind of novel. I don't know if it's a dark romance. Something tells me it's a dark romance, but it's taking a while to get to, you know, whether or not this is romantic. Right now there's a little bit of suspense, some, you'd even want to say, okay fine, maybe it's gothic, but you'd even want to say like a little bit of horror, some family history, weird situations, bad what's this thing, mother-daughter relationships, great friendships. That's all you're getting, right? So it could literally go either way, or in a stalker in the midst. But all I'm trying to say is that I really do not want to get to page 100 before the story starts. That's me. Okay, when I get to page 100, then you have wasted my time. I usually determine on page 50 whether or not I like a book, and by page 100, because some books are 100 pages, 120 pages, don't waste my time. Let's get into it. But I am doing this hoping that when it picks up, it picks up. So basically I've caught you guys up on all of these things that I have open. Don't ask me how, when, how, is it gonna happen? It has to happen. And on that note, let me read. Yeah, let's read a little life. I think I like this little life. So I was advised not to hybrid read this one, but I do have the audio on Everand. Apparently the audio is not so good, but because I just want to kickstart myself, I'm definitely going to just listen to it a little bit and determine for myself, obviously, whether or not I don't like the narrator. Sorry, what is this little life? Whether or not I don't like the narrator, and then take it from there. Have it saved. I think I once downloaded it, I'm not too sure, but saved. Okay, listen now, Chummy. download? I didn't download it.
A Little Life, a novel. Written by Hanya Yanagihara, performed by Oliver Wyman.
I think I'm gonna do
Part
it.
1. Lisbon Street. Chapter 1.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do it at that speed. That's 2 times speed. I was listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses at 2 times speed as well. So let's just see how it goes. So far, the narration, the voice is not so bad. I don't know, child. I don't know. Let me just read. We shall see. We shall see how it turns out. Okay, so I'm gonna save some battery. I just wanted to come back on here and let you guys know that so far for me the narrator is fine. I think I'm gonna go along with him because it's gonna help me read a little bit faster. Obviously, if I feel like he's tiring me, I will, you know, do the right thing because the physical book is here and I have it open in front of me. Okay, so no, child, I'm trying to pause you. So I'm trying to save my battery as well. I tried to show you guys, I don't know if it actually picked up that note. So what I usually do, especially with books that I'm going to be discussing or books that I intend to review, is that I always have a note open whenever I read them so that my thoughts don't, you know, escape me. So I will be doing that as well for a little life, and I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. Wanted to show you guys our new little ritual that we want to do with the kids. So when that's done, or when I'm done reading for a little bit and after I've given them some lunch, we might do that. So catch up with you guys in a few hours. Okay, so guys, we're about to have dinner. And I got some chow mein for the kids, some sushi for the fam bam. I'm actually not sure if this is the sushi that they were talking about when I ordered, but I got myself some pork chow fan. I got myself some pork chow fan, and we're about to load shade. So I thought I was gonna show you guys in a cute little way, but I can't because, well, it is what it is. You want eggs and toast? It's afternoon now. Maybe look for something else. Do you see something? What do you want? Okay.
At least it does not have eggs.
Yeah, it doesn't have eggs. So that's what you want? Okay. I'm also gonna look now. Let's look together, Ian.
I want this. This one will definitely make
So I'm ready to order here. Yeah, thank you. Okay, can I please have the free egg range quarantine with added bacon, and then a side of small chips or chips and chips, because I don't think she's gonna do it. So, and then can I get a latte? The medium size, yes. And then can I also get some water with lemon? Thank you. Soft. Thanks. Hey boy, are you drinking or eating this thing? Is it nice? Hey, boo. Are you eating the butter from the knife? Take your fork, Bukaiana. Use your fork, baby. Thank you. Ooh, is that nice?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
It is?
Yeah.
Thank you. The way this day is going, my camera just decided to die on me, battery problems, while I was still trying to put my flowers together. So in case you were wondering, this is how they turned out. This bush, I don't know what plant this is, to be quite honest with you. It's for my kids. It's for my kids' bookshelf. It looks very nice when this vase is sitting there. This vase I got for her on her, I want to say fifth birthday. And then this one is to sit by my table next to the bookshelf. Absolutely love this vase over there, so I always try and put something on it. And since I got back, there was no flowers. The flowers that were here had died, so I had to replace. And then I like a fan boss situation in my living area. I like them because they last long, one, and number two, I don't know for what reason, but I don't like fresh flowers in that spot. So I'm just gonna go put them where they belong, and we'll do a young grocery haul before I start my shift for the day. Cool. Okay guys, I'm just hoping you guys are going to be able to see the stuff. Otherwise I won't use this clip, if not, because I don't have time as such. So we got some chips, more for the kids really, more than anything. They chose these, they were at Woolies, as you can tell, so all of the stuff is from Woolies. They got the sour cream and chives crisps. Got some blueberries for the kids. Some eggs. This is the free range large. I think it's less than 30 rand at the shop. We got some nectarines, yellow flesh nectarines. My son saw these and he asked for them, so I thought, okay, they've been having apples and bananas for quite a bit, so they can have that. I got myself some green tea. I'm trying to have tea during the week and coffee only on weekends. So let's see how that goes, especially green tea in the mornings, because I have to have a hot beverage, and this one is good for your metabolism as far as I know. So that's the one I got. This is the Woolies brand. I got another Woolies brand wine. This is some Pinotage. And I got this Rustenburg Stellenbosch RM Nelson blend, the 2022. Wanted to try that one out. I got some noodles. These are for stir frying. So stir fry noodles. We like to make a chicken stir fry in the house, and we were out of that. I got some chicken stock, the liquid type. I got some squares. These are some sandwich squares which we like. There's 8 in here. I got wrap. This is the white tortilla wrap. And I was about to say that's all for this bag. Let's see. So here we've got some Spanish smoked paprika. We're out of paprika. This one has mainly the kind of meat situation. I got these 10 chicken breast situation, skinless chicken breasts for 111 rand, and there's 10 in here, which I thought was very reasonable. So perhaps you would want to get into that. Fed a diet of grains and pulses, 10 skinless chicken breasts, well, breast fillets, freshly chilled. So this one says you have to use it by the 7th of February. We got some sizzlers, pork sizzlers. We got some ham for sandwiches. We got some steak. This is the bone-in brisket. See, I hope you guys can see, because honestly, yeah, some yogurt for me. This is the plain yogurt. Some carrots. Some tuna. Yeah. Some tuna, some beef bone broth. I want to try this out. If I like it, I'll keep buying. There's the beef one, and then there's the chicken one. Obviously, this is good for your entire system, like your gut health, as well as it packs a lot of collagen, so it's quite good for you. We got this for the stir fry as well. This is the Easy Walk. The one that I have here is the honey soy ginger stir fry. Then we're trying these out. The kids wanted to try these out. They are lactose intolerant ones, and then these ones, right? These ones have cultures, live cultures. This one is sweetened. It's 9 low-fat strawberry flavored smooth yogurt tubes. So we'll see if they enjoy those. We got something else for the stir fry. So this is the sweet soy sauce. Then we got some mushrooms, and we got a meal each for like a lazy dinner situation. So we got lasagna pillows for my son. He said he wanted those. Easy cheesy chicken for my daughter. That's what she wanted. And I got myself some tikka chicken for that day in the future where I will not be able to can, or I'm already not able to can, trust me. So it's coming. We got some skin on potato chips, frozen potato chips. Okay, so we're nearly done. We got some bread. We were out of these paper towels, and I got some soap. I was running out. I'll top up again maybe next week, but got some Dettol soap, and that's all. That is all. And then we also got some hot dog rolls, cornflakes, and some milk. Is it showing? Don't know. Some milk. That's all we got. I'm about to pack. Ooh, chill. So that's all we got. I'm about to pack these away, give the kids some medication, try sweep this floor, and start my shift. So I don't know. All I know is that, and I have like dishes in the clean sink section that I need to pack away. But all I do know is that I am not cooking today, so there is no way that I'm cooking. So we've got leftovers from yesterday. The sushi filled us up, so we did not finish our food, didn't even try and attempt to finish our food. So that's what they're gonna have. I'm finishing at 10 p.m. today, so you can just imagine it's been a long day all around. And the reason why we ate out, I'm sure I showed you guys like a montage situation of that, is because there was actually no food in the house. So this is where we find ourselves. I still need to get a bit more breakfast stuff, etc. But honestly, I think that considering the fact that we are waiting for payday, child, this will suffice for now. We'll have to make it work, and that's that on that. Okay, so let me pack these things away, and yeah, get ready for work. Okay guys, hey, so it is very many days later. I actually think the last time we spoke, if I'm not mistaken, was on Wednesday, I think. I do think that's the last time we spoke. That was the grocery haul situation. It's been a very tricky week for me. I think I did mention at the start of the vlog that I'm not feeling 100% myself. I've decided that I need to book an appointment with my doctor for early next week. Sorry, I was having pie. It's just been one of those weird weeks, and I realized that it means that I'm not in a very good space. I'm just like feeling so sad, constantly on the verge of crying, crying for no reason. Like, it's one of those that I really think that I would benefit from, like, some kind of tranquilizer at the moment. I don't know what's spurring it on. I don't want to lie to you guys. I have tried to and figure it out, but nothing's making sense at the moment. So I'm just trying to then treat the situation as best I can. And as has been known to me for a very long time, I still am functional during these minor episodes, so I'm grateful for that. And I am actually probably my most productive. I don't know how that works, okay, but it actually seems to work out in that sense. Anyway, I wanted to catch you up on some books, catch you up on some life with that little bit of an intro situation that I did there, and just wrap up this vlog. I will be starting a new one tomorrow, so this one has to go up tomorrow. Next to me, I've got 2 of the books that I'm currently busy with, which the rest I think I'll just try and track on here. Okay, so I didn't open, remember I'm trying to read 5 books a month, right? The books that I have currently open are I almost said Octavia Butler. Finding Me. What's that name? Finding Me by, and it's so weird because I know the name and it's just left my mind. But anyway, since this is what it wants me to do, luckily I am in front of my laptop. I was doing some planning, productivity. Viola Davis. So Finding Me by Viola Davis, I did not open at all since we spoke. A Little Life, we're meant to be on page 200 and well, according to my book, end of part 2, which is page 210 on my version of the book. By the end of tomorrow, I am on page at the start of part 2, which is page 100, no, it's page 85. So I'm on page 85. Tomorrow I am working, and I will definitely then after work be doing nothing but reading and editing, so it's a good time for me to be tucking into this. I will definitely get to page 210 by the end of tomorrow. That's the target for this reading group situation. So far we've met a few of these, well, all of the characters that I think matter, which is JB, Jude, Malcolm, and Willem. I know I called him Willem, okay? I am South African. When I see that W-I-L-L-E-M, it's a Willem to me. But his name is Willem. So we've met the 4 friends, and we have been given quite extensive insight into their lives. They are in their late 20s and trying to navigate life in New York. It's a bunch of guys of varying races, mixed race, black, white, varying degrees of affluence. Some are very affluent, others are just like middle class, others are poor. They have varying passions, but most of their passions revolve around the art world. And one thing that I think truly does bind them is their love for each other, right? So there are triggers of suicide or attempts, I'll say suicide, mental health, I want to say abandonment, but very, very intricate family dynamics, neglect, maybe, rather than abandonment. I think that would be the word. Like I'm saying, this group of friends really loves each other. There is kind of like a, not kind of like, there is a certain disability representation in the story, even though it doesn't last long in part 1, but it does get you understanding one of these characters a bit more. And there is also like a chronic pain situation that's going on that looks like it's mismanaged or undermanaged or whatever the case might be. But in learning about these friendships, we also learn how these people set their boundaries, and whether or not these boundaries that they set, if they set any at all, are working towards their favor. So I think part 1 took a very deep dive into each of these 4 characters for us to understand why they are who they are in their late 20s. And from what I've gathered, I really am absolutely blown away by the character development or the backstory of each of these characters so far. My favorite is definitely Willem. The one that I think I have the most compassion towards is definitely Jude. So I'm always mixing up Jude and Jude. So Willem and Jude share a residence. Malcolm lives at home. Where does JB live? I think JB lives in the basement of Malcolm's house. Does he live there, or was that Jude? Yeah, something's thereabouts. Okay, but so far so good. I do anticipate that it will definitely break my heart, because I can see the themes that are already being explored, especially the themes of like neglect and disability have already like tugged at my heartstrings. So it will be interesting to see how that goes. This book I finished the day after I showed it to you. This is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. It was a reread. I was hybrid reading it via Scribd, or aka Everend as well, and I do not think that this year I'm gonna be rating my books. I don't know, I feel like maybe I will. I don't know, but this is the first book that I finished this year. I didn't necessarily put a rating either on Storygraph or Goodreads, because the rating remained the same, and that was a 4 in terms of how I felt about it. So I'm still contemplating whether or not I'm gonna rate the books, because sometimes I really have to interrogate what the 4 is for, and usually it's just like a sentiment, just how I felt about the writing, the story, just how it flowed, etc. It's nothing technical, and I don't think it should be, because we are all kind of like leisure readers. But at the same time, I know that I could reread this book maybe 5 months from now, and it could be a 3 or a 5. So that's why I'm thinking maybe not, but we shall see on the second book that I read if I end up sticking to a rating, star rating or not. So finish this one. In case you have not read this story follows a human who is stuck on the other side of a wall that divides human beings from magical creatures. She lives in a village. I forget the name of her village, but then the magical creatures, or beings known as fairies, not fairies as in fairies, but okay. Ooh, but anyway, the fairies live on the other side of the wall in a land called Prithian, right? And they have had a pact of sort for centuries, where the human beings are forbidden from killing the fae, aka fairies. Should this be done, then there is kind of like a cost to it, kind of like a charge to it, whatever the case might be. So we follow the story through the eyes of Farah. So this is her perspective. Farah is the village girl who lives with her dad and 2 sisters, Nesta and Elaine. I want to say the other sister's name is Elaine. They've lost their mother and they are living in extreme poverty. Were it not for Farah learning how to hunt and basically bringing in the bread, this family would literally be starving to death. So jiggy one day, Farah goes and on a hunt and ends up killing an animal which she suspects might be Fae, and at the same time she's not certain because they have not crossed the boundary in years. So as you can tell from that, it means that these beings are able to shapeshift as well. So time goes on, she kills this animal, she skins it because both her and this animal looked like they were looking at a deer that she was looking to bring home for her family. So a few days pass, she skins the other animal, takes the skin home with her so that she can trade it at the market, takes the deer, does what she needs to do to make sure that her family is nourished. And as they're about to really enjoy their bounty, there's an attack on her house, and lo and behold, it is a High Fae being sort of like the royalty of Prithian, the people that rule over the normal fairies, coming to question her about the animal that she killed, which turns out to have been a fairy. And her penalty is to be taken prisoner by this High Fae lord and kept at his house, so that she can pay penance for her sins. So automatically her family is then without the breadwinner in a sense, and this is a cause for concern. We do not know what the other land looks like, and neither does Farah, as she is the one who's telling us the story. And there have been rumors, myths, stories about what lies on the other side of the wall. When she gets there, she realizes that the Lord, that it takes her about 2 days to learn his name, right, that has taken her prisoner, is the Lord of the Spring Court. So the land of Prithian is separated into seasons and what do they call them, like day and night? Okay, so those are the courts. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. This is the map. So this is Prithian, and these are the various courts, right, that are run by different High Fae. So you've got the night court, which sits at the uppermost northern corner of Prithian, or tip of Prithian, and then you've got the spring court, which is down south at the very end of Prithian. So if you're looking at it vertically like that, the night court is over there, the spring court is over here. This is relevant, okay? I might have been like, I must write spoiler alert somewhere, because I feel like I need to talk to somebody about this book. I don't think that I comprehended it as much as I comprehended now the first time I read it, so I'm a little bit still excited about it. All right, so so it's the spring court at the bottom. On top of the spring court on either side is the autumn court and the summer court. On top of the autumn and summer court is the winter court, and then you've got under the mountain that separates the winter court from the dawn court, and then above the dawn court is the day court, above the day court is the night court, right? So on either side of Prithian are 2 other islands. These are the fairy realms, right? Farah's village doesn't have a name on here. So Farah's village is actually at the very bottom of the map, right? There's like the wall separates Farah's village from the spring court. Okay, so then there's the fairy realms, and then there's Highburn, right? That's a story for another day. Right now we just focus on Prithian. So I'm not going to continue holding this as I tell you guys this very interesting story. I didn't realize I was so into it. I'm joking, I definitely love the story. So Farah is then taken prisoner by the Lord of the Spring Court, who we later learn his name is Tamlin. Tamlin takes Faye prisoner, treats her very well actually. She does not feel that she's a prisoner, except for the fact that she has been torn away from her family and has broken a promise that she made her mom at a deathbed, and is learning so many new things about this new place that she's at, including new creatures, how to behave, how not to behave, who she should become. So after quite a while, she then realizes that in fact she is not really a prisoner in the true sense of the word. She starts loosening up. As she loosens up, she falls in love with Tamlin. Now Tamlin has a mercenary called Lucian. Lucian and Tamlin have their faces covered or half covered by certain masks that they wore at some masquerade. We'll call it a masquerade ball. I don't think that's what they call it here. A masquerade ball some years back when a curse was put on the spring court by, what's her name? Sure. By the evil, I want to call her an evil empress, and I don't think that's the name. Evil, what's her name? Yeah. Amarantha, who has cursed basically and taken over with impunity the entire land of Prithian, has overruled the lords, is doing like as she wills, right, in partnership with the king of Hybern. But we are not talking about Hybern at the moment, because I feel like we don't delve too much into this part of the map in the first book, but Hybern being the island that I said was on the other side of Prithian. So they've come and they've kind of like ambushed, colonized, if you will, this great land of Prithian, right? And in so doing, various afflictions have been put onto the various lords from the different courts. And on the spring court, the affliction was that she wants Tamlin as her lover. This is Amarantha, but Tamlin does not want Amarantha as a lover, and as such he then suffers and a curse is put on him. And I will not share what that curse is, because I feel like that would be a very big spoiler. But all of this, Feyre's existence in this whole cycle of survival, I might as well call it that, is truly based on beating this curse that Amarantha has put on the spring court. And if she can beat the curse on the spring court, or if Tamlin can beat this curse on the spring court, then in essence it equals Amarantha's doom, and the rest of the courts are freed. And so it becomes Feyre's burden when she falls in love with Tamlin, to kind of free his people and in essence the entire land of Prithian. But then enters Rhys. He has to be by far in the series, I remember the first time I read it, and even now he has to be by far my favorite character in the series. And that is only based on the fact that he's got this, you would think that he's mean, but he's actually one of the kindest characters in this book. So he is what he is. He does not make how do you call this, any apology or try and overact or whatever the case might be. He is who he is. He presents himself in clear honesty, and he loves very, I won't say loudly, but very intentionally, right? And for me, like, that character is portrayed very well. So jiggy enter Rhys. So you thought we were in the love triangle. I suspect at the end of book 1 that we might be in a young square right now. Okay, so Rhys, when we meet him, is actually a gigolo for Amarantha. Basically, Amarantha keeps him for her own whims. There's no love really there. She's just using him, and because of what she's done to his people, his only way of survival is to go along with being of service to this monster of a woman. And events occur, and Feyre and Rhys meet, and it is how this book ends that makes me suspect that we might get into a kind of love square triangle situation with Tamlin, Reese and Farah. But anyway, without saying very much, it is really quite well written. It's very enjoyable. If you're one who's looking for spice, I'd say book one is like a very mild, very lemon and herb type of spice. So there's not a lot of spice. This is like a romantic fantasy, in case you were wondering. Not a lot of spice really, but there's a lot of connection that is being built between love interests, and she does that so very well. And I've always said that when it comes to romance, especially smutty romance, for me it only gets me when you have built that chemistry that the reader can no longer deny, that the reader's actually sitting at the edge of their own seat saying, do it already. So she does that very well. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. Like I said, if I have to rate it, that's what I rated it last time. That's what I felt it was this time around as well. So I have started the second book in the series. There are 5 books in the series. The other one is just like a novella, so it's quite short, right? Oh, this one, A Court of Frost and Starlight. It is pretty short. The second book that I've started is in my room, so I am not in my room, as you can tell. And I am currently on chapter 12 of that book. It is a bit thicker than this one. I don't know how many pages in that is. I am listening to it more than I am reading it. What am I saying? And so far so good. I think that I'm gonna like that book more because it gives you a bit more insight. You start learning some stuff about the land that you could not learn in Tamlin and Farah's situation in book 1. Now that things look like they are in the up and up, it seems to me like we'll be learning a whole lot more and discovering a whole lot more secrets and finding out who the foxes in lambskins are. You know what I mean? It's quite intriguing. It's very nice. Okay, and then in terms of the Britney Spears autobiography, I've really only read the prologue, which is like 1 page, right? I haven't had time for that. In terms of the haunting Adeline, sorry, I think that I might DNF that one. I'm not sure how I'm feeling really about it, but I did try to read a few pages the other day, but it really was not happening. And I realized that today is actually the day where I need to unsubscribe to Kindle Unlimited, and then I will subscribe again after payday. But my thing is, I don't know if when I unsubscribe, the books that I have chosen on my Kindle, maybe they will disappear, and then when I subscribe again, I have to go back and look for them. That will be tedious, but at least if that's the case, then I will know for sure. So I don't have my Kindle next to me either. In terms of In the Dream House, I've listened to a few more chapters. I've got let me see, chill. Okay, let me see. I have just over 2 hours left. It's the kind of book that I try to listen to it while I was doing something else, and I think that the best for this one is to listen to it when you are doing like chores or manual labor, not when you are trying to also use your faculties for some other type of reasoning, because then you will miss the story. So I had to pause it because it wasn't an ideal time, but I've got over 2 hours left of that one. Hopefully I get to finish it maybe even tomorrow. That's the update on books. Okay, that's a big long update. Now I did say to you guys, today I was doing laundry. I really don't understand. My app said it wasn't gonna rain. I've been waiting to do laundry since we got back. It rained, child. It rained. It rained and I was not even in the house. It's been hot though, so it's like that kind of summer rain, but at the end of the day, rain is water, water is water. It will make your clothes wet again, which is what I'm not happy about. I was thinking of putting the clothes back on the line, letting them hang overnight, but I don't think that's gonna work, so I'm gonna have to hang them first thing in the morning tomorrow, because I think it might rain during the night as well, which sucks. But anyway, I'm trying to get my life in order, in case you were wondering, since I do not have a helper anymore. My kids are going back to school next week. There's a lot that's going on. Like I'm saying, I'm not in a good mental space, so I'm really trying to make sure that I eliminate anything that I have the capacity to eliminate in terms of me feeling or getting better. So part of it is definitely having a clean house. I'm gonna have a lady come clean my house sometime next week, which I'm looking forward to. But when she gets here, I really don't want her to be bothering with doing the laundry, etc. I'd rather she was ironing and just cleaning. Like, I feel like, as much as I did clean when I got back, I still feel like I'm in last year's funk, you know. I just need my house to be clean from top to bottom, right? As the year is starting. Thank you, very please. So it rained when I was out running a few errands with the kids, but it's fine. I don't think it's a big train smash. We will survive. I was working yesterday. I finished quite late. I did not cook, so luckily those meals from Woolies came in handy. I think I'm gonna try and get those every week, at least one for each of us, so that when a day like that does come along, then I know how to handle it. Today, because I've been up since 6 a.m. trying to clean and get my life in order, plan productivity and things of that nature, I did not prep to cook. So when we were out for errands, we got Woolies chicken and some salads, so that's what we're gonna have. I think I've caught you guys up. So the thing that I wanted to show you guys, I think I mentioned in one of these clips that we have a new ritual that I wanted to show you guys. I suppose we can do it tomorrow, because in essence it's something that we do on Sundays. It's just that when I was talking to you guys about it, we were just starting it, so we hadn't really gotten into the rhythm of things. But now that I feel like the rhythm of things is the rhythm of things, I think it's only fitting that we share it on the exact day, so that we can continue sharing that on each and every one of our vlogs. So probably tomorrow that we either gonna start with that, but definitely it will be in the first few clips tomorrow, so please do stay tuned. Otherwise, I love you very much for choosing me, guys. I hope this vlog was not all over the place. I did take a little bit of a break, as you can tell, so I am trying to get back into the swing of things. As always, thank you so very much for choosing me, and I love you very, very much. Until next time, bye now.